Big fan, first time caller. Let's see what we're doing here. We're going to start in a couple minutes, I guess. Let me see. Nice of you to say you're a big fan. At least somebody is. Oh, it doesn't matter, fans or not. I think the object in life is just trying to help somebody, you know. I don't know about you, but that seems to be what it's about. And then how to stay in business doing it, right? You got to support yourself so you're not a burden on society. So you got to figure out how to do that. And there's so many new ways to do that like never before. And that's what I want to talk about, doing that. Like you do that voodoo that you do so well. So find something. Timothy, good morning from Trinity, Alabama. Wow. Hiya, Matthew. Evil King. There is an evil king. I think we have an evil king maybe now. No, it looks like that was somebody's name, the Evil King. There was another little item here I wanted to talk about. Please don't talk about me when I'm gone. That's right. No, that's when you're dead, you're dead. Who cares what happens? Yeah, then. It's when you're alive. That's when you want to do stuff. That's why I think, wasting time on vacation unless you really need it. It's a little silly there. It's a little silly. Oh, I forgot to send in a check on something. Oh, gosh. Where is that? Oh, I had an item. Here it is. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Jeff. How are you? Did you see that they somebody stole your credit card number? Good afternoon from New Jersey. Thank you for your information. Thank you about so many. I missed that. Let's see. Well, let me see. I catch that here. Instead of on my phone, I found a new way to get that without having to rely on the phone all the time. Okay. Good afternoon, and thank you for your information you give out. I'm also trying to figure out how to get one of your old books that you used to sell in the 80s. I think they used to be, I used to see them on eBay. Let's go to eBay, and you probably see them. And that's a way to get them. No. Let's see how we do this. We get that. Time to shop. I'll skip that. Boy, in the middle of the live feed, they put ads in. Boy, that's terrible. Let's see. Here, what I want to do is tell you about some things I saw in the paper that I think you all should know about. What it means king in Hebrew. Oh, wonderful. Are there many kings in Hebrew? I don't know. Don't know my ancient religion or current religion, whatever it is. But, I had all my notes here, and about Equifax. Where's the Equifax thing? Here it is. I'm back. Okay, Equifax hits credit data of millions. Maybe you see this backwards, but this is the news today. So if your credit rating, 140 million people, that's like half the adults in the United States just had their Social Security and their birth information and even driver's license information. I propose you consider scheduling a workshop. Yeah, I would. You want me to come to your place? I don't know, man. I was looking for my name up in a bit and found that. Oh, okay, good. But no, Equifax. Okay, that's one of the credit rating agencies. 140 million. 140 million. We only have 300 and some million people in Los Angeles. Hey, Nico France. 140 million was hacked. Okay, that means somebody has now credit card Social Security numbers and birth date. Also, another thing, they have driver's licenses and credit dispute documents by hundreds of thousands of people. 140 million people. So you got to watch your butt now. Now, Equifax, I think they say that they're going to give you, what's that service? They make sure you don't get fraudulent something or other. What is it? Somebody tell me what that is. I keep forgetting. They have ads for it. Don't let people rip you off, and we'll tell you when something happens to your credit that or whatever. So they're going to give that for free for 140,000 people. So I would go to Equifax, and I'm sure they have something on their website. Identity theft protection. Yes! We have a smart audience that's smarter than me. Yes, identity theft. And so they're going to give that for free. So go to their website, Equifax, EQUIFAX, like fax machine. So that was, they started this company a long time ago, right? When faxes were popular. Who the hell needs Equifax anymore? A fax machine anymore. So 140 million. Somebody hacked. They got social security numbers, lifeguard. Lifeguard's another. One of those things. Identity theft. One of them is called lifeguard. So that's it. But go to Equifax. Go to the website, see what you got. And if you don't, then what do? Go to your local consumer office. Call 211 and ask them about the Attorney General or consumer office because you think that, somebody's got your identity theft. Because this is what's happened. Somebody now has 143 million identities. Birth information and social security card. Man, you get married, you get anything, you can buy a house, you get anything you want in someone else's name. So I see, Cassie. Hey, Cassie, how are you? Nice to see you again. I wish I could. You only see me. So call Equifax, beat on those suckers, and if they don't do anything, then what you want to do is contact 211 or your state attorney general's office, okay? I'm sure they're all set up, but I'm sure they got big warnings. But here's another thing about this Equifax thing is, the breach happened a couple months ago. Okay, so it's not something they just found out today. They found out about this months ago. And listen, a couple days after they found out, company executives sold their stock. So that sounds like a little insider trading, doesn't it? In other words, Bloomberg News reported Thursday evening that 3 company executives, the president, whatever, sold large amounts of their shares of Equifax stock totaling 1.8 million in days after the breach was discovered in July 29. Wow. So these fat cats knew about the breach, I guess. That's what's implying here. And so nobody else knew about it. So they sold the stock right away. So they're making a bunch, and you're going to lose your house, your family, and everything else because somebody's got your social security number and date of birth and a whole bunch of other things. So isn't life great? Isn't life fair? Oh boy, isn't the immorality, I guess, is what it is. Here's another interesting piece of data today. I love data. Love data. Okay, this is news. Now, this is news. A new study shows half the people like their jobs. Wow! And it's going up. It's up to 50.8%. So 50% is half. And last year it was 49.6%. So it went up almost not even 1%. And they're talking about how great everybody's happy at their job. And that's only 50% of them, and it's not moving at all. But here's something more interesting. In 1987, this is 17, okay? So this is 30 years ago. It was 60%, okay? 60% like their jobs, okay? And then in 1995, 58%. So it was 61% in 87, and it's been going downhill, and now it's down to 50. So it went from 60 to 50. People are hating their jobs more. I think, and there's lots of reasons, I'm sure. But to me, I don't think any employers don't care about employees. So employees don't care about what they work. They just want to get the goddamn money and get out of there, right? And so we have a lousy day all day working for people we don't like because they don't like us. So why would you go to work someday? Spend half your waking life. See, and that's what work is. Half of your waking life is in work. So why would you spend it around people who don't love you, right? They don't care. They're going to take care of their ass first, their own butt, before they take care of yours, right? They make more money when they lay off more people, right? That's how the stock market loves them. Mr. Lesko, I believe that most today's youth are aware of the political corruption and the recent breach of data. Yeah, I'm sure too. We're seeing it more and more every day. But also, what's interesting too, another piece of data. Okay, so only half the people like their job, and that's going down. Another piece of data here is union popularity. Now, this is sort of interesting. I thought unions are maybe passe, but now people are getting so screwed. Average workers, particularly lower middle income workers, the high paying workers, they're doing just fine. We shouldn't worry about them. But here's what's interesting. Republicans. Okay, Republicans now, overall, 65% of American people think unions are good. That's the highest rating since 2003. Okay, well, actually it's 61%. It's the highest since 2003 when it was 65%. So it grew from 61%. It's now at 61%. It used to be 65. But here's what's interesting about this. Okay, if 60% of the people, adults, approve of organized labor, okay, a 5-point jump from last year. Okay, so that went up 5 points from last year to 61%. Okay, now here's what's interesting. Republicans went from 26% to 42% approve of unions. So that's right. Last year from 2011. So in 2011, 26% of Republicans approved of unions. Now 42%. Independents went from 51% to 61%. Democrats, well, they're about the same. It was 78, now it's 81, so it really hasn't changed much. But the Republicans and independents are increasing their support of unions, and that's just in a few years. So maybe unions were coming back. This is what the minimum wage is all about, and I showed you data earlier about how if you're the wage in this country sucks, for normal workers. We're productivity is going up in our country. Wages is flat. So somebody's getting this extra stuff, but it's not the wage earner. That means it's the owners and the fat cats getting more and more of what we're all making. We're all making it, but we're all not sharing it, are we? Play nice. That's what my nuns told me in kindergarten. Here's an interesting grant I found today, too, in the paper. In New York City, has something... I don't know if you remember a tennis player that was beat up in New York City by a cop for nothing. He was mistaken, and it beat him up. So somebody set up a legal fellowship in his name, funded by the city. So the city is trying to make their police force better, and it gives you money to get a lawyer to file a grievance. So they have money now, a grant money. So if a policeman is bad to you and you get money to hire a lawyer to get back at them, to get some justice in this world. Isn't it amazing? We supposedly live in the greatest democracy in the world, right? Well, maybe India's the biggest, but we're supposed to be the greatest because we're what? Number one. So we brag about what a great democracy it is and how fair it is and everything. But it looks like nobody can get justice unless they hire a $400 an hour lawyer, isn't it? Right? So that's why, that's why what I try to do show people is where to get free legal help, because there are government agencies that are better than lawyers that will, get justice for you, and they do it for free. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I was downtown yesterday helping somebody out, and I ran into 2 programs I didn't know about. See, I always run into programs I didn't know. Now you realize if you're a senior or you know somebody's a senior, the government will pay you to take care of them. That's right. You get paid by the government to take care of somebody in their home. And this is part of Medicare and Medicaid, I guess. I'm not really sure, okay? I haven't looked up a deal, but there's organizations around that get Medicare money so that seniors don't have to go to nursing home. And they have like family member and friends do get money to take care of them, because normally family members and friends don't get money. We do that for free. That's why I always thought the women in this country, man, are taking care of everybody. I mean, I was involved in somebody in prison and helping them, and all the people helping these ex-felons are all women. Yeah, seniors, who take care of the seniors? They're all women, right? The kids, who take care of the kids? They're all women, right? It's amazing. I mean, the backbone of our whole country is women. And if you're an investor in horses, you could write off a hell of a lot more of your money than if you are investing in children or other people or something like that, family members, which is just absolutely crazy. Yeah, you could write off more on your taxes for taking care of horses than you can your kids. How do we sign up for that? Okay, yeah, I'm not really sure. Okay, here's some key words. Actually, if you look at this is a local company. Now, what happens every time there's a government program breaking your back for the owners? Every time there's a government program, somebody figures out how to make a buck at it, okay? So that's why this is it's a company that organizes this for the government. So you have a company that's organizing to get paid. So there's a friend of I'm active in a senior citizen home trying to help people there. So a friend, somebody in the senior citizen home contacts this company called Consumer Direct DC. Now, Consumer Direct is in a lot of states, apparently. I haven't looked at this. So it's Consumer, CONSUMER, DIRECT, DC, as in DC government.com. Okay, maybe if you want to just put Consumer Direct, and you'll find, because they talking to people down there yesterday, they're in a lot of a lot of states all over the country. So you may want to look at where they are around the country, one near you. But they said, yeah, there's not only they're around the country, there's other providers that do this. So they're not the only company that do this. But what they do is they organize it for the government. So you sign up. Like the person, the senior who needs help says, I want, my cousin to take care of me, and get paid. Okay, so they sign up with this Consumer Direct, DC, and signs up the cousin, they fill out, and they have a timesheet, and they keep the hours, and then the Consumer Direct pays them directly. So they get paid to take care of Aunt Nilly. So this is a way, to get paid for taking care of people. We all do this for free. We think it's part of our moral obligation in life, which it is, right? But now, because everyone's not too moralistically inclined, we have a program for that. Come on down. That's what we do. What is the average pay? I don't know. I'm sure it's not high. But it has to be at least minimum wage or whatever. And you're doing something you probably would do anyway. So that's the important thing. Wow. If somebody's throwing money at you, you think Donald Trump isn't taking care of every bloody tax deduction they get, right? That's why he doesn't pay any taxes, right? So what is different by you trying to find out this, something you're going to do anyway, and get it? Why are you not on TV again? Because TV doesn't work for me anyway. I would. You got a deal or something, a way to do. I'm just trying to educate, and I'll try to educate any way I can. Anyway, because people ought to know about this stuff. I mean, to me, there's nothing more important in life now to do. Baby boomers and millennials forever in a symbolic relationship. Yes, symbiotic, right. I did. Love you in the info shows. Yep, they were, I made a lot of money doing that. Now I just try to educate a lot of people. So, Consumer Direct DC. Now, isn't that terrific? I mean, that's good stuff, and we have to know about that. You have to know you and tell other people. You know, that's the other thing. That this only grows. It's like passing it along. You know, so when you pass along this video you're watching or whatever, let's get people to know about this stuff. You know, because look, how many lives can we improve? You know, I mean, when you think of just this program alone, how many lives we can improve just by letting people know. How they get, I didn't know about it. I've been studying this stuff for 40, I forget, 75, 90, 70, 80, 90, 100, yeah, 40 years. Okay, so I've been studying this stuff for 40 years. I didn't know about this. So how are you all of a sudden come to LA? You bet. You want to give me a speech there? I'll be there. LA or anywhere. You know, so that's what's needed. That's what we have to do. How are we going to do this? The government's not organized well enough to do that. and that's... So find out about that sucker. Okay, here's another neat thing I found out about. I knew about these for a while. Come to Panama City. Well, maybe in a few weeks. So let's see what happens to the hurricane in Panama City. Love to come. I want to do a photo shoot with you. Oh, Joe. Oh, Joe. Is that my Joe from Akron? Joe from Akron? Is that Joe? Joe. Let me know. Is that the same Joe? Yeah, I mean, no. Oh, not Joe from Akron. But yeah, well, oh, you're in Panama City. Joe from Panama City. Oh, great. Yeah, I love to do the show. I'm always looking for new images of me because I'm so egotistical, I guess is the, the clinical word for it, right? But actually what it does, I mean, I enjoy it, and I enjoy making a fool of myself and all this kind of stuff. But it also is... a way, so I mean, the stuff I sell or trying to make some, a living out of it, anybody could get. So there's no magic. I don't have some secret sauce or copyright or anything. We enjoy your spirit. Thank you, Trey. So it is. You can't copyright government information because the government, the people already own it. So you could take anything from the government, put your name on it, and make millions if you want. I've done that. I took books from the government printing office and just copied it word for word, and they became New York Times bestsellers. And that's why, for someone like me who flunked English in college, I thought, wow, this is a pretty cool country. A kid who couldn't pass English in college gets 2 New York Times bestsellers because I plagiarized the whole thing. From the government. Okay, here's that. Maybe this is, you see all my scribbling on the right. This is another thing. It was sort of suited for change. Suited for change, and there's dress for success, and it's really free clothes for people trying to get a job who don't have the proper. I mean, if you've been out of the workforce for a while or whatever, what they do, and particularly this one is for women, it's different around the country, all over these things. They give you clothes for interviews, job interviews, and you get up to 3 or 4 different outfits, and you come back and use them, go to the interview to clothes, and it's nice stuff. I was down, look at all their clothes. I'm a clothes source. I shop for my wife. She doesn't like shopping. So what happens? People are hands-on, visual learners. Workshop can be great. Yes, I'd be. You got somebody promote this? I'd be happy to. And it's not so much a money thing; it's the education thing. So if a way to share, and because that's what I want to do in my life now for the rest of it. But anyway, the clothes. Wouldn't the government be plagiarizing you after you copyright it? Well, yes, I guess. Oh no, yeah, but see, I'm getting it from the government. So how could I copyright something that is not copyrightable? I mean, technically, the copyright could say, "Well, the way I changed it, or the way I did something to," there's all kind of legal bullshit I guess you could do, but I don't want to waste the time, and that's why I put when the government plagiarizing. I just want to get it out there, and so that's why I say that, if people try to, like, people had question mark suit, people in question mark suits with their own head in it and things like that. So there's all kind of people, but I don't waste my time with all that kind of stuff. There's too many, cool things to do in life without, trying to protect everything or whatever. Too many problems to solve, too little time to do it. So I don't bother with that. People want to rip me on that, that's fine. But ripping off the government, see, the government will come after you for certain things. There is a bot in there, yes, probably so. And if they come after you, then, that's not too comfortable sometimes. So that's why I put copyright in the bottom of everything, and that will keep the honest people honest. That's it. People wouldn't really want to screw you. They're going to really screw you, because they're thinking about it more than I will ever think about, trying not to get screwed. So why bother? There's only so much you can do in life, and that's what's important. So you go to find a program like this where you live. I looked at all the clothes. Great clothes. Oh, I shop for my wife. Like, we go to the store, she hates shopping. And I like looking at even women's clothes. And I put her in the dressing room, and I go pick some. Try this. This looks like you. This looks like. And I just hand them into her in the dressing room. And she tries them on. Oh, yeah. And I know pretty much what she likes and her style and sizes and all that kind of stuff. And it's fun because she hates doing it. So, Suited for Change. That's what this one is called. So you can call anywhere in this country, I think 911, and tell them that you're looking for clothes to use for interviews, for job interviews. And they'll have that for you there. And they're nonprofit organizations. They have fundraising. And actually what's neat, they sell these clothes too because they want to turn it over. So they got the clothes for free. They use it, and then they have sale days. So you can come down and buy the clothes for a fraction of nothing because they got it for nothing. And it's sort of like just a donation to their nonprofit. And they're really interesting clothes. I mean, I saw lots of nice stuff there, that can be used that I would pick out for Wendy. So that's something. Now, the title, what kind of coffee are you drinking? I got an espresso machine, one of those. I think what we have now is something from a local roaster. There's so many coffee snobs in Washington, D.C., and snobby kind of coffee chains. I like the gritty old coffee shops, But I think we got this from somewhere good. Now, I love coffee. Isn't that a website or something? Riddle me this. Let's go. Yes. Anyway, the coffee is, I think it's Colombe is one of the shops in town. We get some of this for. They roast it itself. We have to get, I used to like greasy coffee, that really black, greasy stuff. But now I understand my new machines that I get is, it jams them up. If you're grinding your own, that jams them up. You could play the next Joker. Yeah. I'll do anything just to have fun. But anyway, okay, what I try to talk about today is helping somebody. Joker versus the government. Yes. Yesterday I was online or on the phone with my talk service. This is where people call up and they pick an appointment, and then we talk for as long as they want, usually in 15 minutes, I solve the problem and give them websites and where to go to solve the problem. And that's letsgo.com/talk if you're interested. So letsgo.com/talk, all in small letters, the talk. So I was talking to somebody yesterday on their problem, and they wanted to be a real estate investor and live in the place. So that would be, like having a house plus, a couple other units to do that. And there's money for that. Sorry, came in due to dialysis. Ooh, that sounds tough. What do you need to say when asking for a grant? Okay, just got there. You're lucky you're late, because I'm late too and talking about that. I've been covering all these other neat little programs I found today. It's just today I found them. I find this stuff every day. So anyway, so I was talking to him and about, and it's really how the important thing is to think like the government. You're going to the government, they have all these grants, and that's true. I mean, I've collected over 17,000 of them, but people your instinct is, and mine is this way too, I want to know where there is a grant for what I want to do. But in approaching the government, you can't do that because these grants are all set up by law, okay? So nobody's sitting there waiting for you to call with your problem and then having a grant for your problem, okay? These grants are decided on a couple hundred people in the legislature. So if it's the federal government, you know, you got 300-400 people having to make a joint decision on what this money should be for. And that doesn't change. That cannot change, okay? So that becomes law. It goes down to some bureaucrat who hands out the money. Okay, so you want to look for where's the money, right? So that's what you're looking for. So I think it's not beneficial to call up and say, hey, I want a grant because I want to build a house here with 2 units and rent one out. And you know, 99 times, 99, 44, 100% of the time, anywhere you go, they're going to say, no, we don't have it. Because it's called something you don't even know what the hell they asked for. So what you do is you take just the general topic about what you're interested in, say like real estate, housing, and you're looking for financial assistance. You know, so you find all the financial assistance programs for, let's say, housing or real estate. Because even though you want to do it, see, you're also limited in your thinking because you have no idea what they're giving out money for. You know, you think it's real estate, but how is it? See, when you say it's for Harry and wants to buy a house with an extra unit, you know, no, they have nothing with Harry on it. You know, so they're going to say no. But if you say, hey, I want to find information about your real estate programs, now that's what you, and then you find out how could Harry use this. So like the fellow I was talking to yesterday up in Boston, you know, I was talking to him about how he can become a business, a nonprofit, or an individual to do this, you know, because they're individual programs and it depends on where you live. So there's no universal setting that this program is everywhere. I mean, a few are, but most likely most of the ones that you're going to use are not. And so you have to find out what is there where you live. Is there excited to find grant listings? Yes. Ah. Well, that's what I do. And there's no listings. You have to do the research for it. And that's what I do is custom research. So for like housing, I will go out and do custom research for housing and find you 100 to 150 programs in your area that have that. Now, there are all kinds of programs. See, letsgo.com/research, Joe. So if you put research at the end of that, /research. That's where there's 2 research programs there. I mean, real estate programs, and they're both the same. So whatever one you order, you're going to get the same one. So that's why you have to see what's there, because there's some programs you could be an individual, some programs you could be a business, some programs you could be a nonprofit or whatever. So the kinds you have to see what is out there and how to make it work for you. See, you're here to solve the government problem. The government, don't look at it as the government's here to solve your problem. No, because they think they know what the problem is already. That's why they already made that law. If you want to solve your problem, you have to go in the legislature and get a law passed to solve your problem. And that's what rich people do. But the rest of us, have to find out what's there and then use it for your problem. So that's what I mean. If it means that you have to be a nonprofit, well, so you spend a couple $100 and become a nonprofit. If somebody's going to give you $1 million to be a real estate investor, maybe that's worth it. And you can probably even get that done for a lot less. You know, or if it's a business, you know, or instead of individual, say if you put in buying a house, you're just going to get individual programs for individuals, and it's hard to find sometimes for buying 2 houses, 3 houses. They don't let you do that, or 1 to 4 units. That's a special kind of thing. Yeah. So it all depends. So to me, like everything else, it's really, you have to know your options. And most of us don't, because it takes research. I mean, and you can't trust me on what I say on this, because this is my job and this is what I do well, and this is what I know the best. But it really is anything you want to do in life. I mean, you just, oh yeah, I think I'll do this, and you do it, and it's probably wrong. I mean, I don't know what the hell's right in my life, and I've written 100 books, and only 10 have made money. So I'm wrong 90% of the time on what works. Okay, I'm talking now. Somebody said, what do you do when you're talking about it? Okay, number one, you find out what's there, not what you need. Okay, that's the important thing, because they're not set up to solve your need. They already decided what your need is. So you have to find out what they're buying and find out to make you eligible for what they're buying. So you're going to be cut out of the game too easily if you say, this is my problem, I want money. No. You say, hey, what do you got money for? What are your programs? And you don't say grants either, because 80% of the free money that's given out, in personal grants is not even called grants. So if you say grants, you're missing 80% of the free money. So never say grants. Use the word financial assistance, because that's what you're looking for. What kind of financial assistance program, are there? What do you got like that? That's what you want to use, and that's the important thing. So that's financial assistance. Instead of grants, you ask what they have. You collect that. You go to as many places as possible, and you see what's the best one to change, because maybe you have to change a little bit. Maybe you have to, okay, I only look in this neighborhood because this neighborhood, I can get 6-unit building in this neighborhood. I didn't know that. I know I'm only looking for a 4-unit. But I can get a 6-unit building, half the price of what I could do somewhere else. But you didn't know that, because they have something they're giving away. Where do we find what the government wants? The master database of all federal programs is something called the Catalog of Federal Payment Assistance. Catalog of Federal Government Assistance. Catalog Federal Domestic Assistance. That's what. CFDA.gov. That's the main book that I copied from for just the federal programs. But like in housing, I show you 100 to 150 programs in housing, and only 10 to 15 of that 150 are federal programs. The rest are from state government, local government, city government, nonprofit organization. So only 10% of the programs are federal. However, a lot of them are getting money from the federal government, but you don't apply to the federal government for the program. See? So that's it. So that's why you have to find out where locally, you get that, you apply for that money. And that's what my research does. I show you all the programs. So whether it's starting a business or housing or just paying bills. And this is I think paying, your bills, the 299 sources of grants from the government and the internet to keep the money coming in is probably the best work I've done in my whole 40 years. I show you over 299 or more, and a lot more, to tell you the truth, all the programs for where you live, plus videos. I mean, there's dozens and dozens of videos that explains all this for you. Because it has to come to life for you to use it. What is the CFDA? That's the catalog. That's a catalog listing of the federal money programs, all federal money programs. So there's direct payments, Social Security, or artist grants, or any money that's going out of the government, in some way, is in there. And the government gives out, just in grant money, over $20,000 per family every year. Everything to pay off a house I am living in. Yes, possibly. And a lot of that stuff is at the state government and things like that. If you're in financial trouble, then there's other kind of programs. That's why you have to really look at all housing programs and see how you could use any one of those. And that's why trying to be clever or whatever about the use of programs, that's why I have this talk service. No matter what, buy meds, yes, and that's the same thing for medications. And a good place to start is needymeds.org. Needy, NEEDYMEDS.org. Start there. Because there's our local programs, federal programs, state programs. There are all kinds of nonprofit organizations that have that. But that's a good place. I mean, I can't give you, I mean, I do a medical thing for every, like in the 299 report, I do a separate section on medical and healthcare, you know, and there's a couple dozen sources, even for pet healthcare, you know, of low cost or sliding scale, free stuff, you know, the alternatives that you won't find in Google, because that's the problem. Google just wants to sell you stuff, and people in there just want to sell it to you. Oh, wow, this is 40 minutes already. Okay, well, thank you, Sam. Listen, so if anybody needs anything, you can reach me at letsgofreeradio@gmail.com. The talk service is letsgo.com/talk, all in small letters, letsgo.com/talk. And the research, letsgo.com/research. And the online service, to look at my database and everything I have, is just letsgo.com. So any of those things would help me out. So let me know. I'll be here and back soon. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. And don't forget the Houston people. You know, go to 299 at Let's Go. Have it in your city. Oh, I'll have anything there. Yeah. And the 299 for people in Houston, I'm giving free. So go to letsgo.com/tutor. Look at the 299. When you check out, you put in Houston as the coupon code, and we'll send it to you free. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Cassie. Thanks for being here again. I'm from Houston, and I did that, but I had to move. Well, as long as you have it, you're going to move back there someday. So whatever happens, yeah. Yeah, well, thank you. Emo! Okay. Okay, guys, I'll see you soon, and thanks for being there and giving me nice feedback. I never, oh, well, write me, Jay. Send me an email, letsgofreeradio@gmail.com. letsgofreeradio@gmail.com, and I'll make sure you get it, okay? Okay, guys, thank you so much. And if you don't hear from me in a day or two, just beat on me, because I'm an old guy and I forget stuff. Yes, I'm the guy from Infomercial. I emailed you. Well, I just sent it to somebody. I don't know if it's you. Email me again and let me look. Maybe it's clogging up somewhere. Yeah. Okay, Tracy, thanks for the kind words. Thank you. Let's go. Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.